They were looking for the cultural capital of Europe for 2011, and that time Tampere was also applying. They arranged a lot of courses and meetings. Let's get everyone who does anything with culture to come together, and they taught us how to apply for funding and how to market your events and all that. And we didn't get the culture capital thing, but I did get a lot of information from there, and now I started pushing it onto this. So okay, so we don't have the culture capital status for 2011, but hey, we can still have something big here. It's not that far-fetched. Some towns have been funding anime events for a longer time. Some others, like the capital Helsinki, it's pretty much impossible to get any help from there. But a lot of others, especially smaller towns and such as Jyväskylä, they've been known to assist this area. But it's actually quite logical from two viewpoints. We're talking about young people's hobbies, 13 to 20 years old, and we're talking about a hobby where there's no drinking, no drug issues, such like that. We arranged 2 days activity for them. We haven't had any issues with the police or such in the years that we've been arranging conventions, and we've actually been thanked by them for arranging it so calmly. The second is, of course, Tampere has 2 big universities. They want students, so if they get the people who are just going to apply to a university someday, they want to show around town what kind of a place this is and give a good image and impression of it. We've done this without European Union partaking, and actually to get any European Union funding we would have to have 100 times bigger convention, because I think the minimum budget for an event to receive EU funding is €500,000, and we're talking about 50,000-60,000 here. But I think the EU has made them realize here that now that we don't have to locally take care of all the bigger issues, then they have time to look at the smaller ones here. And I think we've been able to make a pretty good case to them. And it's not just the city that's funding us or was funding us, but also the Ministry of Education, for example. They were important, and some other art funds, book funds, such as those. It's been commonplace for the largest conventions to receive some form of public funding always, be it from the government or from the city. Well, yes, of course, it is a separate company, that Tampere Hall, and it's just owned completely by the city. Basically, they do aim for profit, so they won't let us in half price because of that, because it's culture this or something important that. But of course, they're paying themselves. What's also notable here compared to, for example, Japan, people are not shy in the slightest about cosplay, going out in the streets. They don't pack the costume in a bag and then change it in the train toilet or something that they have to do in Japan. They couldn't let their family know, or they'd be ashamed. Over here, they go out. I mean, the younger people's mothers help with them. The fathers might help do some kind of props for it and all that. So it's a family hobby here. And we actually had a meeting of cosplay parents. I was there listening to ideas too, and they were really saying how about it's become something different. They really do something themselves. It's not an expensive hobby at all.